Good afternoon, all dignitaries, guests, and invitees. We are highly privileged to have amazing, honorable, and distinguished guests. The parliamentarian members, secretary and representative from MoPIT, traffic police, the World Bank team, senior road safety activist, expert, and NASA family. At first, I'm going to give short introduction about our program. Since 2020, FIA, with the support of FIA Foundation, has been working on safe and affordable helmet program to facilitate the deployment of motorcycle helmets that meet UN safety standards, which are comfortable in hot and humid climate and available at target selling price of around 20 USD. The FIA Safety Department, which is normally tasked with developing safety equipment with their expertise to achieve this objective. In Nepal, where the population is largely dependent on two-wheeler motorized transport, in hot climate and high-price standard helmet prevent many motorcyclists from wearing standard helmet. The FIA's Safe and Affordable Helmet Program contributes to reducing two-wheeler-related injuries and fatalities. Research findings shows that helmet wearing is one of the most effective and safety intervention. It reduces head injury among two-wheeler users by around 44%. This program's objective is to distribute helmet and request for support from government and private sector to achieve our 2030 goal. In this regard, the FIA has supported Nepal Automobiles Association, NASA Nepal, by providing 300 helmets for advocacy campaign towards the use of safe and affordable helmet in Nepal. The key objective of launching this campaign in Nepal are as follows: lobbying for formulation and implementation of national helmet standard, lobbying for the legal provision demanding the use of safe helmet by both rider and the pillion rider, creating the nationwide awareness on the use of safe helmet by all the two-wheelers rider in Nepal, attracting the helmet manufacturers in Nepal to produce safe and affordable helmet in Nepal, and creating an environment for the engagement, collaboration of social and professional organizations, government and development agencies for safer and sustainable mobility in Nepal. Today, we are here officially launching FIA's Safe and Affordable Helmet campaign in Nepal in the presence of Honorable Member of Parliament, Secretary of MoPIT, Chief of Spokesperson from Traffic Police, the World Bank, Vice President for South Asia, road safety expert, activist, and respected dignitaries. We all we will unveil the UN standard helmets supported by FIA and also hand over some helmets symbolically to the representative from our target group. Further, NASA will distribute remaining 300 standard helmets to the targeted group throughout various initiatives in Nepal. Now, without any delay, I'm going to start our formal program. Now, I'd like to our distinguished guest to chair this session. Now, I'd like to Mr. Hartwig Sefer, World Bank Vice President, to have a seat on the dais on the usual place. Thank you, Hartwig. Now, I'd like to request Honorable Yogesh Bhattrai, Member of House of Representatives, Coordinator of National Alliance for Safe and Sustainable Mobility, to have a seat on a dais. Now, I like to, thank you, Egasa. And now I like to request Rangamati Sai, member of Development and Technology Committee, House of Representatives, to have seat on the dais. Now, I like to request Honorable Indu Sharma, member of Development and Technology Committee, House of Representatives, to have seat on the dais. Similarly, I'd like to request Honorable Bhavna Subedi ma'am, member of Provincial Assembly Bagmati, have seat on usual place. Thank you, ma'am. Now, I'd like to request Ravindranath Shrestha, Secretary of MoPIT, to have seat on dais. Now, I'd like to request SP Sanjeev Sharma, spokesperson of Metropolitan Traffic Police, to have seat on usual place. See? I think he's coming. Now, I'd like to request, this COVID pandemic have a lot of dark side. Along with this, we also learn and we also have some opportunities. Today, in our program, we have some person participating virtually, Mr. Luca Pascotto, the head of Road Safety and Global Advocacy, FIA. I'd like to request to have a seat virtually. Thank you, Luca. So now I'd like to request Dasrath Risal sir, President of NASA, to have seat on a dais. So again, I'd like to Mr. Faris, Mr. Gonzu, and Gonzu, the Regional Director for Infrastructure, South Asia, and the World Bank team, to have seated on the usual place. Similarly, I'd like to request the representative from MoPIT and other distinguished invitees to request to have seat on your usual place. Now, I'd like to request Dasrath Risal sir to chair the session. I'd like to request Dasrath sir to have permission to conduct this program. Thank you, Dasrath sir. Now I'm starting the running program. Now I'd like to request Govinda Bhattrai sir to his welcome remarks. Thank you, sir.
Dhanyavad Bhagwati ji. Chair of this program, our invited guest and everyone present here, I would like to welcome everyone on this FIA Safe and Affordable Helmet Launching Program in Nepal. We have Mr. Harding Schaefer, the World Bank's Vice President of South Asia, and also the member of High-Level Panel for Road Safety 2030. We have Honorable Yogesh Bhattarai and Honorable Member of Parliament, who has been actively involved in safer mobility campaign since a long period of time. Similarly, I would like to welcome to the Secretary and high-level official of government, high-level representatives from World Bank, representatives of traffic police, and everyone present here. Today, road safety has been one of the sensitive issues of major concern involving social and economic agenda. The civil society of Nepal have also been coordinating with government and other development agencies. The meeting today is also the significant symbol of our collaboration. At the moment, I would like to remember the meeting held on February 2020 at Stockholm, on the special effort of Mr. Hardwick, where delegates from Nepal along with South Asian region participated and agreed to form South Asia Road Safety Observatory. Being the leader and active global motorist organization, FIA has taken the leadership of road safety throughout the globe. The World Bank has always been supporting for sustainable development. We would like to thank Government of Nepal and World Bank once again, and we are jointly connected in this campaign. Today, motorcycle rider and user, pedestrians, wheelchair user, and cyclists are at critical situation throughout the world and even more in Nepal. And the percentage of users involved in this category is also very high. We hope Nepal government to conduct different activities based on this cooperation and commitment for which where will be the support of all civil society and professionals. Mr. Jin Todd, FIA President and even General Secretary Special Envoy for Road Safety, has visited in Nepal 2012, 15 and 19 for different programs and meetings. The commitments made at that time allowing presentation in 2020 Stockholm Conference. The implementation of these plans itself will be a milestone for safer mobility sector in Nepal. Such actions include the Road Safety Council Act and its implementation, successful implementation of Road Safety Action Plan 2020-30, formulation of policy on UN standard of helmets, and this proper testing and implementation. Similarly, legal provision of helmet user by both rider and pillion riders, ratification of UN road safety standards, amendment with strict implementation of Transport Management Act, auto lane and driving school modernization. Also, emerging issues like IDP and CDP, including safe, sustainable, affordable, and accessible mobility right for all. For successful implementation of these activities, we expect the assistance from World Bank and FIA Forever. Besides standard helmet campaign, this year, NASA Nepal and FIA have started Safe School Zone campaign and safety riding initiative, which we believe will help to contribute in road safety in Nepal. Besides these two, NASA Nepal has been coordinating with Global NCAP, International Road Assessment Program IRAP, International Road Federation IRF, International Road Transport Union IRU, Belgian Road International Transport Alliance BRITA, and International Federation of Automotive Society FICITA, and Global Alliance of NGO for Road Safety, and Road Safety Victim Partnership IRVP. This has helped us to make the infrastructure, road and transport safe and sustainable and contribute for making prosperous Nepal. Lastly, I would like to welcome you all on behalf of NASA Nepal, National Alliance for Safe and Sustainable Mobility, and NASA Foundation. With this, I would like to conclude my welcome remarks. Thank you.
Thank you, Govinda sir, for your great opening remarks. Also, thank you for your very critical role in road safety in Nepal. We are always grateful to you for your road safety leadership. Now, I missed to have chair from World Bank, Executive Director of World Bank, Mr. Hassan, to have seat on your usual place. Thank you. We are delighted to have a video message from John Todd, UN Special Envoy for Road Safety and the coordinator of High-Level Panel for Road Safety. Mr. Todd visited Nepal 3 times in 2015 and 19. So I'd like to request our technical expert to play the video.
Ladies, gentlemen, dear friends, let me thank my good friend Hart Schaefer from the World Bank and Govinda Prasad Bhattarai, the General Secretary of NASA, for promoting this event. Wearing a helmet is a key issue for road safety. Each year, 1.4 million people are killed in road crashes and about 50 million are injured. In Nepal, like in many low and middle income countries, around 80% vehicles are two-wheelers and their users make up a large proportion of those injured or killed. At the FIA, we have decided to tackle this urgent issue. Together with the World Bank, we are building awareness and decision makers on the importance of wearing safe helmets. Thanks to its expertise in motorsport safety, our federation has contributed to the design of a UN homologated helmet. It is also suitable for humid climates and high temperatures and available at a price of around $20. I'm pleased to know that you could handle some of these helmets today. Our goal is to make it available for the many. And for that, we need support from policymakers and the commitment of all the stakeholders. I'm convinced that this program is a game changer for our battle for safer roads, and we need to fight together to make it happen. Thank you, and see you soon.
Thank you. Thank you, Jean-Ted, for your encouragement and continuous support from the beginning of our establishment of NASA Nepal. Thank you. Today, we have very amazing and distinguished personality working for road safety globally, regionally, and with a special focus to Nepal. We are happy to partnering with World Bank for the safer mobility of Nepal. I'd like to request Mr. Hartwin Sefer, the World Bank Vice President for South Asia, for his remarks. Thank you.
Thank you very much, honorable members of Parliament, respected Secretary, Chief of the Traffic Police, my friend Jean Todt, the President of FIA and the UN Secretary General's Special Envoy for Road Safety, friends and colleagues of the Nepal Automobile Sports Association, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It's great to be back. It's almost 2 years to the date that I'm back here in Nepal. And I must say it's fantastic to be in this beautiful country with these beautiful people. But when I came from the hotel to the Hyatt, I must say I saw a lot of traffic on the roads again, which is a sign that the economy is going back to full speed after COVID. And I mean full speed literally, because speed is one of the issues on road safety. The other one is wearing helmets. I was very pleased to see that most of the motorcycle pilots were wearing a helmet, but I was horrified to see that hardly any of the passengers, of the riders in the back, were wearing a helmet. And I can only imagine what this means when school's out and the riders are picking up kids from school. I can imagine what happens if there's a crash. It's going to be horrific. We all know the statistics. 1.35 million people a year lose their lives in road crashes. 50 million are being injured. Very often this is, of course, the most vulnerable. Pedestrians, two-wheelers, cyclists. It is also very often the only bread earner in the family. If somebody gets hurt, gets injured, it wipes out the entire livelihood. It's not only the humanitarian toll, because let's face it, we all look at the statistics and we think, well, it's one of those statistics. It hits us hard when it's one of our own family members, a brother, a father, a sister, a cousin, when it's one of our friends that we have a close relationship with. We all know we all have lost colleagues on the roads. It's a human tragedy. It's also an economic tragedy because countries lose between 2 and 5% of GDP every year because of road crashes. Nepal is no exception. 2019, we had about 3,000, the official statistics are talking about 3,000 fatalities in Nepal. In terms of GDP, fatalities and injuries make up close to 2% of GDP losses. This is not peanuts for an economy like Nepal. What is most important is that 3 out of 4 people who lose their lives in Nepal on the roads are pedestrians, cyclists, motorcyclists, two-wheel drivers. In fact, more than 1,000 people out of those 3,000 are motorcyclists. So I think it's only natural that today we focus on one of the most important protective devices when it comes to preventing fatalities and injuries in road crashes. Helmets, standard helmets, because many of the helmets that we see on the roads today are not standard. They can't withstand a crash when your head hits the curb. So what we need to do is we need to not only make sure that people use helmets, but that they are using the right helmets. That is absolutely critical. A standard, a UN standard that makes sure that we achieve this goal of cutting into half almost the fatalities from crashes. This UN standard is absolutely important. And I want to thank FIA for moving forward on this agenda to creating a helmet that is up to standard, is affordable, as Jean was saying, for almost for close to $20, but is also conducive to the climate, the humidity, and the heat to wear a helmet, because it's not comfortable, let's face it. But these helmets can do it, and we'll see them in a little while. So I'm very happy that we are partnering today with FIA on the safe helmets, that we are partnering with NASA, with stakeholders, with government, to launch and introduce this helmet here in Nepal. This is the beginning of a road, of the road that we travel together, to make sure that every two-wheeler, every two-wheel driver and rider have access to these helmets. More needs to be done, and this is a message for the government. We need to make sure that we are setting up the appropriate legislation to actually make sure that only standard helmets should be allowed. Second, this is a message for the police, making sure that the laws are actually enforced in a transparent and very objective and clear way. And this is for the media and those of you who are actually behind us and part of this partnership from the civil society, raise the awareness that people are wearing a helmet. And I'm particularly pleased that we partnered with youth advocates, with leaders, with role models, and that we had this video that was created here and produced in Nepal that so vividly shows the importance of helmet and speaks to the youth of this country. Again, let me say that our goal is towards making sure that all two-wheelers have access to this helmet. From the World Bank side, we are committed to this partnership. Road safety is not just a business for us. It's not just something that we are promoting. It is close to the heart. I have lost colleagues in motorcycle accidents. I have lost friends. I look at this as something that I personally stand behind, but also something that we all have to stand behind. Let me thank you for all coming here, and I look forward to the continued collaboration. Thank you.
Thank you, Hartwig, for your road safety leadership in South Asia and the special focus to our country, Nepal. We are always grateful with you that you always highlighted our road safety issue minutely. And thank you for your categorical suggestion for the better road safety in Nepal. We are always grateful for World Bank for the support of in this program. Thank you, Hartwig. Now, I'd like to request Honorable Rangamati Sai for our remarks on the helmet campaign.
धन्यवाद मार्क्स त खोल्नै पर्ला नि हेलमेट शुभारम्भ कार्यक्रमका सभा अध्यक्षज्यू विश्व बैंकका उपाध्यक्ष लगायत प्रतिनिधिहरू माननीय सांसदज्यू नेपाल सरकारका उच्च अधिकारी तथा सम्पूर्ण सहभागीहरूमा हार्दिक नमस्कार गर्न चाहन्छु। नमस्कार। विकासको बाधक आर्थिक सामाजिक रूपमा देशलाई बर्बाद पनि मात्र नभई नेपाली जनताको अकालमा मृत्युको मृत्युकारक हो सडक दुर्घटना। आज 1 लाख किलोमिटरको हाराहारीमा सडक सञ्जाल लाखौंको सवारी साधन र तिनमा आश्रित जनताको संख्या करोडौंको छ। आर्थिक सामाजिक मात्र नभई यो मानव अधिकार र जनताको एउटा बाँच्न पाउने अधिकारसँग जोडिएको विषय पनि हो। यसतर्फ नेपाल सरकार र दातृ निकायको ध्यान जान जरुरी छ। प्रतिनिधि सभा विकास तथा प्रविधि समिति सुरक्षित सडक र सवारीको विषयमा संवेदनशील छ र धेरै पटक सरकारलाई निर्देशन र सुझाव पनि दिएको छ, तर कार्यान्वयन अत्यन्तै फितलो छ। त्यसतर्फ ध्यान जाओस्। सुरक्षित हेलमेट मार्फत मोटरसाइकलिस्ट चालकको सुरक्षाको यो अभियानको शुभकामना। म पनि एउटा चालक हुँ र विश्व बैंक र नसा नेपाललाई धन्यवाद दिन्छु। धन्यवाद।
Thank you, ma'am, for your strong commitment on two-wheeler safety in Nepal. As you stated that two-wheeler safety is key issue of road safety in Nepal. I still remember your voice in the parliament on roads, on two-wheeler safety last year. So just I want to say that we have translated version of our honorable parliament members' speech. We will provide it later, those who do not understand Nepali. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Now, I'd like to request Honorable Indu Sharma, the member of Development and Technological Committee, House of Representatives, for your remarks. Thank you, ma'am.
धन्यवाद। इस कार्यक्रमका अध्यक्षज्यू, प्रतिनिधि सभाका सदस्यहरू र यस कार्यक्रममा पाल्नुभएका विभिन्न सङ्घ संस्थाबाट आबद्ध महानुभावहरूमा मेरो नमस्कार छ। सर्वप्रथम आज यस सुन्दर अभियानमा सहभागी हुन पाउँदा आफूलाई म खुसी महसुस गरेको छु र रोड सेफ्टी सुरक्षित हेलमेट यस कार्यक्रममा सर्वप्रथम त आम जनता अहिले बाइक र स्कुटी भनेको एउटा आम जनताको एउटा अति आवश्यक एउटा साधन भएको छ। गाउँघरमा दूध तरकारीदेखि लिएर कुखुरा र व्यवसाय गर्न पनि मान्छेले हेलमेट मोटरसाइकल र स्कुटीको प्रयोग गर्दैछन्। त्यसकारण आम जनतालाई यो बुझाउन जरुरी छ कि हेलमेट कति सुरक्षित हो हाम्रो लागि। यो कसैको लागि होइन, आफ्नो जीवनलाई बचाउनको लागि हेलमेट जरुरी छ भन्ने कुरा आम जनतामा पुग्न जरुरी छ। यसको लागि म के भन्न चाहन्छु भने यसलाई जनचेतनाको रूपमा प्रत्येक व्यक्तिले बुझ्न, जसले यो सवारी साधन प्रयोग गरिरहेको हुन्छ उनीहरूलाई बुझाउन चाहिँ एकदम जरुरी छ। धेरै कुराहरू यहाँ भनिसक्नु भएको छ। सबभन्दा पहिला त हाम्रो देशको भूगोल, सडकको बनावट, ती कारणहरूले पनि धेरै एक्सिडेन्टहरू भएको छ र त्यसमा पनि अझै सुरक्षित हेलमेट प्रयोग नगर्नु पहिलो व्यक्ति भन्दा पनि डबल हेलमेटको प्रयोग गर्न बहुत जरुरी छ। किनभने सडक दुर्घटनामा सबभन्दा बढी क्षति मान्छेलाई हुने नै सबभन्दा पहिला हेलमेट प्रयोग नगरिसकेपछि टाउकोबाट अब त्यहाँ एक्सिडेन्ट धेरै कुराहरू छन्। यहाँ अब हाम्रो विकास तथा प्रवृत्ति समितिमा यो सडक दुर्घटना सम्बन्धी बारम्बार हाम्रो यहाँ समितिहरू बैठकहरू बसिरहेको छ र कार्यान्वयनको लागि हामीले सरकारसँग पनि अनुरोध गरिरहेका छौं र यसलाई सबभन्दा पहिला सडकलाई बनाउनु पर्ने व्यवस्थापन, खाल्डाखुल्डी यिनीहरूले पनि धेरै दुर्घटनाहरू निम्त्याएको छ र आज यो रोड सेफ्टीको लागि, सुरक्षित हेलमेटको लागि आयोजना गर्नु भएर मलाई बोलाउनु भयो। यसको लागि धेरै धेरै धन्यवाद दिन चाहन्छु।
Thank you, Durga ma'am. As you stated that two-wheelers are as like our daily basic needs, and you stated that two-wheeler safety is the primary thing for the riders. And also like to thank you, ma'am, for your encouragement and commitment for making to wear standard helmet for both the riders and pillion riders through pressurizing from the government level. Thank you, Durga ma'am. So I'd like to request Rabindranath Shrestha, the Secretary of Ministry of Physical infrastructure and transport to put remarks on how government working for safe and sustainable mobility to achieve 2030 agenda in Nepal, with special focus to two-wheeler in Nepal. Thank you.
Respected Chair, Mr. Hardwick, Honorable Members of Parliament, and distinguished dignitaries. First of all, my warm greetings to all present in this program. I am very pleased to be part of this program, specially organized to promote and advocate for the use of standard helmets. As we all are aware of the fact that every day about 3,700 people lose their lives globally, and about 8 people in Nepal. Even during lockdown, because of the pandemic, we were losing about 6 people per day. For Nepal, this is an alarming situation, and even the single vehicle are still the major cause of the large fatalities, especially in rural areas. As per the present data of the vehicle registration system, we have about approximately 4 million vehicles registered in Nepal, and among them 3.2 million are of two-wheelers. And most of them are concentrated in Kathmandu Valley and urban centers of the country. Further to this, in recent days, two-wheelers has also started becoming informal means to public transportation in the cities like Tutal, Pathao. When we talk about motorcycles, the younger generation users automatically comes in our mind. They are the dominant user not only because they desire to be adventurous when they travel in two-wheelers. Here, over-speeding is of great concern. Further to this, the new design of motorcycles with ever-increasing pickup capacity along with the poor sense of traffic rules is making our generation exposed to more and more risks while driving. One of the efforts towards addressing safety is proper use of helmet. Nepal is relatively better positioned when we talk about the helmet enforcement for the motorcycle drivers. But still, a lot needs to be done for pillion rider. Further to this, the quality of helmet is another issue of serious concern, considering the fact that no data is available on the use of the enforcement of on the use of the standard helmet is still awaited. The ministry is also seriously working to finalize the road safety bill so that the Nepal Road Safety Council presently formulated under the formation order could be mandated with more responsibility. Several other activities such as provisioning of the road safety furniture such as proper road markings, provision of adequate traffic signs and signals, footpath along the roads in settlement areas, effective road maintenance works, as well as capacity building of the institutions are in the process. Further efforts toward effective licensing system and vehicle fitness and supporting the enforcement activities in collaboration with the traffic police are made to strengthen traffic management and enforcement, which in fact would result in immediate results in improving the road safety situation. Just last year, MoPIT has used approximately 400 million Nepali rupees for road safety. There is also an immediate need to look into the activities after the occurrence of a crash, that is the post-crash measures. A lot needs to be done in this area, and the ministry is concerned to collaborate with all concerned agencies in this area too. As the road safety issues are very complex, it cannot deal in isolation. There is need to put joint effort not only through the national institutions, but also it demands international collaboration. In this context, the effort and support from the United Nations in combating pandemic of road safety has been very encouraging, along with the support of development partners and national and international NGOs. I am very encouraged to be here on this program to promote and use of the standard helmet. I would like to thank and congratulate all, especially FIA and World Bank, for taking lead in this noble cause of raising awareness through this program by initiating distribution of standard helmet. Despite a limited number of helmet distribution, I am sure this initiation will go on to support our effort towards strengthening road safety campaigns by bringing awareness among motorcycle users, enterprises dealing with motorcycles, and business communities dealing with helmet sales. Ministry is also looking forward in the implementation of road safety demonstration project to be materialized with the support of the World Bank. As this is going to be the first effort of its kind in strengthening the road safety efforts, I am sure it will result in an eye-opener to take up similar road safety activities in further projects too. Finally, I would like to urge all not only to take by themselves on the use of standard helmet, but also disseminate among family members and fellow members of the community to strengthen our effort not only to be safe by ourselves, but to make everyone safe and contribute to society and mankind. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Ravindra sir, for your sharing about road safety status of Nepal, our government plan to achieve 2030 agenda, road safety agenda. We are so happy for your kind words for the collaboration of road safety with different agencies, NGOs, and organizations in Nepal. Thank you, Ravindra sir. We feel honored to have with us Honorable Yogesh Bhattrai, former Minister and Member of Education and Health Committee, House of Representatives, Coordinator, National Alliance for Safe and Sustainable Mobility, Nepal. Honorable Bhattrai is working for road safety since long time. He has participated in second ministerial conference held in 2015 in Brasilia. I'd like to put his remarks on this event.
Thank you very much, Chairperson and Vice President of World Bank, Honorable Member of Parliament and Provincial Assembly, distinguished guests, and high-level officer from the Government of Nepal, media person, and ladies and gentlemen. This is my honor and privilege to participate in this first safety helmet campaign in Nepal. On this occasion, I would like to welcome Mr. Safer, Vice President of South Asia region of the World Bank. I would also like to acknowledge and appreciate the World Bank and other funding agencies, countries, for the continuous support extended to safe and sustainable transport development of Nepal. We have around 4 million vehicles in Nepal, while more than 85% of them are two-wheelers, which are under a constant risks to safe and sustainable mobility across the nation. Two-wheelers, motorcyclists, and pedestrians are the vulnerable road users in Nepal. It is our responsibility to work to save the lives of this vulnerable group. As this campaign is directly related to two-wheeler safety in Nepal, I am grateful to be a part of it. Helmet use reduces the risk of the several head and brain injuries by reducing the impact of the force applied during the crash. Wearing the helmet is the single most effective way of reducing head injury and the fatalities reducing from the motorcycle and bicycle crashes. Motorcyclists who do not wear helmet are at the much higher risk of the sustaining head injury. In addition, riders who do not wear the helmets place additional cost and the hospital and the cost in the individual families and also societies, which is already mentioned by our Vice President of World Bank, how the road safety and accident effect in the GDP and economic also. After the long political struggle, we have been able to establish fully stable and democratic system in Nepal. And now we are working for safe, sustainable, and equitable development for the better livelihood for the Nepalese citizen. I had an honor to participate in the second Ministerial Road Safety Conference in Brasilia 2015. I want to take some opportunity to share with you that I met the John Todd, which is the very influential and very dynamic personality for the road safety campaign. Jolika Mandela is the granddaughter of very famous and popular leader of Nelson Mandela. High-level World Bank representatives and global road safety leaders. Following the second Ministerial Road Safety Conference, we have developed the Road Safety Subcommittee in the Development and Technology Committee under the House of Representatives of Nepal. At that time, as the member of Education and Health Committee, being passionate about contributing to Nepal's safer mobility, I am committed to coordinating with political parties, professional, different organizations, NGOs, and international community, and other related stakeholders. Likewise, I will try to establish a strong high-level road safety council, the Standard Helmet Act, and other road safety issues in Nepal. We are discussing under the House of Representatives and other policy-making institutions. In case of safer mobility, government, NGO, and other related stakeholders should work together. In this moment, all the citizens, professionals, and business community should work together. I am directly involved in this agenda through Alliance for Safe and Sustainable Mobility in Nepal. I would like to thank FIA, the World Bank, MoPIT, and other stakeholders for their valuable support. Thank you, NASA family, for your continuous effort for safer mobility in Nepal. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Yogesh Bhattrai. We really appreciate your effort in raising the voice of road safety at international and national level. Thank you. Now it's time to unveil UN standard helmets, which is the main objective of our program. So I'd like to request Ritesh and Subhas to bring all those helmets. So I'd like to request all our respected guests in the chair to open the cover and show the helmet. Thank you all. It's our great moment since we are working long for this two-wheeler safety issue. This is our great opportunity, and we are so happy that we launched this. It is symbolic, but we launched this standard helmet. Thank you, respected sirs and ma'ams, to unveil this helmet. Please, you can put that on table. Now it's time to hand over those standard helmet to the two-wheeler user or the target group of our road safety, two-wheeler safety group. Now I'd like to request Hatwin Safer to hand over this standard helmet to Honorable Bhavana Subedi, member of Bagmati Province Assembly. Thank you, Hatwin, for hand over this standard helmet to Honorable Bhavana Subedi. So I'd like to request Honorable Bhavana Subedi to put her remarks on this standard helmet which she just received now.
Thank you very much. Please. Mr. Chairperson, Vice President of World Bank, Honorable Member of Parliament, and all participants, very good afternoon all. Due to COVID pandemic, we politicians are also not able to actively participate in such public program. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to participate and put some words on this special two-wheeler safety UN standard helmet campaign. When I traveled on the road, I found myself surrounded by a motorcycle and scooter. If we look at some traffic jam, we know the use of two-wheelers in Nepal. Two-wheelers are the low-cost vehicle, and it comes on most of people's choice. However, it is a risky means of transport. In Nepal, more than 1/3 of the crashes fall down two-wheelers users. One out of every 5 motorcycle crashes result in head or neck injuries. Crash analysis show that head and neck injuries account for most serious and fatal injuries to motorcyclists. Helmet use reduce the risk of severe head and brain injuries by reducing the impact of a force applied during crashes. Wearing a helmet is the single most effective way of reducing head injuries and fatalities resulting from motorcycle and bicycle crashes. Motorcyclists who do not wear helmet are at a much higher risk of sustaining head injuries. In addition, riders who do not wear helmet place additional cost on hospital and costs at an individual, family, and social level. It was very challenging program us, but we know well begun is half done. Likewise, we are here. It is great program for us, health and safety helmet. Thank you for providing me a safety helmet, and thank you World Bank. World Bank always support us. Thus, in this serious issue, I am highly motivated to contribute. I am constitutionally raising my voice in the different forum. In the coming days, I will put my effort into providing the road safety in Nepal. Thank you very much. Thank you all.
Thank you, Varuna ma'am, for your deep understanding on challenges, risk factor, and possible solution for two-wheeler safety in Nepal. Further, I'd like to express gratitude for your commitment to contribute road safety in Nepal. Now, I'd like to request MoPIT Secretary Ravindra sir to hand over helmet to Engineer Hemant Tiwari, the chairperson of Safe and Sustainable Travel in Nepal. Hemant sir and Ravindra sir. Thank you, Ravindra sir and Hemantaji. Now I'd like to request Honorable Yogesh Bhattrai to hand over this standard helmet to the school representative, Mr. Ramhari Silwal, Secretary of Hishan. Thank you, Honorable Yogesh Bhattrai sir and Ramhari Silwal sir. I'd like to Ramhari sir to put your remarks on this standard helmet. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Respected chairperson, honorable guests on the dais, dignitaries of the dais, ladies and gentlemen, very warm good afternoon to all. I want to express my thanks to the organizer to provide this forum for our organization, Hishan, which is umbrella organization of private schools and college. I want to express my few words in Nepali. आदरणीय महानुभावहरू, धेरै कुराहरू अतिथिज्यूहरूको सुनियो। दिनको एभरेज 8 जना मर्ने सचिवज्यूले डाटा दिइरहँदाखेरि झन्डै वर्षको 3000 को हाराहारीमा मान्छेहरू मर्छन् यातायातबाट, एक्सिडेन्टबाट। 10,000 मान्छे मर्दा हामी पञ्चायतबाट गणतन्त्रमा प्रवेश गर्यौं। त्यो ठूलो राष्ट्रिय अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय इस्यु हुन्छ, तर हाम्रो यो एक्सिडेन्टबाट मान्छे मर्ने राष्ट्रिय इस्यु हुँदैन। जहाँसम्म हेलमेटको सन्दर्भ छ, हाम्रो राजनीतिक नेतृत्वको, कर्मचारी तन्त्रको अथवा अरू स्टेक होल्डरको, नागरिकको पनि हामी जीवन बाँच्ने औषधि खाँदा औषधि पनि डेट एक्सपायर रिलेबल गरेर बेचिरहेछन्। यहाँ खाद्य सामग्रीको कुरा गर्नुहुन्छ भने चकलेट बिस्कुटहरू तपाईले हेर्नु भएको छ, सबै रिलेबल गरेर डेट एक्सपायर चीजहरू रिलेबल गरेर बेचिरहेछ। भन्दाखेरि यो हेलमेटबाट, एक्सिडेन्टबाट, रोड सेफ्टीबाट मान्छे मर्नु, एक्सिडेन्टबाट मर्ने भन्ने चाहिँ त्यो त्यति प्रायोरिटीमा त्यति ध्यानाकर्षण भइरहेको छैन। त्यसकारणले राजनीतिक नेतृत्वको पनि ध्यान गएको छैन, अरू स्टेक होल्डर, मेजर स्टेक होल्डरले पनि त्यतातिर ध्यान दिएकै छैन। यस्तो अवस्थामा यसरी राष्ट्रिय अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय ख्यातिप्राप्त सङ्घ संस्थाबाट अतिथिहरू ल्याएर जुन कार्यक्रम गर्नु भएको छ, फेरि पनि यहाँ चाहिँ मेम्बर अफ पार्लियामेन्टबाट हुनुहुन्छ, उहाँहरूले पनि यहाँ त काम त गरिरहनु भएको छ। जति काम गर्नु भएको छ त्यसको रिजल्ट चाहिँ फिल्डमा आइरहेको छैन। जहाँसम्म अब स्कुल कलेजको प्रतिनिधिको हिसाबले 16 वर्ष पुगेको विद्यार्थीले लाइसेन्स लिन पाउँछ। अब यहाँ अहिले यातायात मन्त्रालयकै सचिव भइरहनु हुँदाखेरि लाइसेन्स लिन